good ale. Got bits, but not for him. Oh, goody. Adventurers. but not for him.
Roll a d20. Gotta roll a d20.
Okay, Oz, what happened last time?
Well, we've been just
What?
having an awful time of things in the forest, and we just really needed to go find a place where we could get a long rest, a real rest. So we set off, and chose direction to go, and I think we just went right. And we kept going, and we were just about to give up and turn around when all of a sudden I saw a light in the distance, which I took as an omen. When you're told, oh, you can see a light in the distance, all right, I guess we'll keep going. So I said, and we kept going, and we find we're at the swamp. And I say, well, I guess we gotta go across the swamp. So I go across the swamp. Next time I'll be more specific and say, you all want to come across the swamp with me? Anyway, so wait across the swamp. When we get to this building, I climb up and talk to this old gent and tell him we're just looking for a place to rest. And he's very nervous and afraid of being seen by someone. So he says, oh, all right, but you have to use the back door. And I say, well, what about my friends? And he goes, oh, well, all right, if you must. So I go back across the swamp to get them all. And we come back, and we're just getting to the place. We see this figure in a rowboat that's like all wrapped up in cloth or something. And we go, did we see us? I don't know if we saw us. Well, let's just get inside. And we went inside, and we tried to bed down. And that didn't. I had a horrible nightmare. Permanently lost 5 hit points. I mean, it was that frightful. Wow, all of a sudden I'm not echoing anymore.
I turned down sensitivity because you're talking so loud it was coming through.
It wouldn't hear the echo.
Yeah, I just down.
Should I turn my mic down?
You should actually talk. Not you don't have to shout. Let the mic do the work.
Well, I'm just talking.
Okay, that's better.
Anyway, where was I? So at Nightmareville, right? We get up. We didn't really get a real rest. We try again.
You were very quiet. Sorry to interrupt. You went way down when you.
Can you turn your mic up?
Well, I don't. Okay, I'm trying to find a happy medium here. What about now?
Seems good to me.
I'm not hearing anything back.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Where was so there was
Bad dreams.
Nightmareville, try again. Another failure. Wait a minute. Was there some? Was there an attack that comes with the second one?
An attack?
Yeah, there's no melee right. No, there's no melee.
We
Not
heard
yet.
someone enter the house or something.
Oh, we just heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just kind of, it tried to be as quiet as possible, and stay where we were in the mud room.
Right.
I don't
Okay.
think we got attacked, but we just had really bad dreams that attacked us emotionally.
Right.
We took emotional damage.
I took a permanent loss of abilities.
Of health. Of general well-being.
So anyway, so we give up on trying to be able to get a long rest there and figure we're just going to have to leave. And we go outside, and what do we see but this horrible old bitch in the rowboat? And I'm thinking, well, this doesn't look any good. That's about where we are.
That sounds about right.
Well, you also, at the very end of the last session, you were thinking, "Oh, this isn't good. We're not resting at all. Let's leave the room." And you opened the door wide, and there was this person blocking your way out. She conjured some fire in her hand, and she asked, "Leaving so soon? Oh, don't you like our hospitality?" And then we ended it.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I thought she was outside. I didn't realize she
I
right
thought
outside
it
the
was in
door.
a rowboat in the swamp.
No, she is in, like,
She's
you
in
open
the
the door,
doorway.
you don't even leave the room, and she's right there.
All right. Well, that's a horse of a different feather. Okay.
So what is your response to this? I believe Hazel is up front because she wanted to
Sneak.
exit the
Checking.
door.
Yeah, I was checking. Sister, I had no idea it was your hospitality. Gracious lady, who do we have the pleasure of greeting?
Oh, I am Babala Saga. I am the keeper of this village. I'm sorry if Sable's house wasn't restful enough. If you would like to stay elsewhere, that's fine, but don't leave too soon.
I'm sorry, that name is copyright? That's too similar to Nana Yaga?
I don't know this Nana Yaga, but she sounds like a sweet woman.
Or
Like Disney. Nana Yaga TM.
I'll have you know that's copyright.
We don't have
Expect
copyright.
to see our lawyers.
Nana Yaga's lawyer. Yeah, crows, like frogs, show up with cease and desist. What is this?
we seek but a quiet place to rest. Wish to no harm on the
I suspected as much. I thought maybe Sable's home was not quite fit for those looking for a rest as weary travelers do. Would you like to come to my home? It's very much more homely and satisfying.
Oh, no. We just actually remembered an urgent appointment that we have on the other side of the swamp. So we'll just be going on our way. We best make as quick a time as we can. All right, let's go.
What side of the swamp? I know this entire area.
Oh, it's quite beyond the swamp, but yes. Anyway, time's a wasting.
All right, roll
Vernon-
deception
Burning midnight.
with disadvantage because you're still exhausted.
We are exhausted.
What's this old lady's name?
I think it'll be in our little list of people. Probably.
Is it? Let me look. Bleh. Come on now.
Agrek Bellevue?
What name are you looking for?
We were just
This
looking
lady.
for her in the list of the handouts.
Oh, you
This
have not
old
met her
lady's
before.
name.
Maybe she monster.
Bibbidi Bobbidi Yaga?
Bibbidi bobbidi yaga.
Bibbidi Yaga?
Do you want me to write out the name? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Oh.
I want to know how to spell it for my notes.
Bibbidi Bobbidi Lasaga?
Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking Bibbidi. Bibbidi Yaga? What was it?
Alright, so, as you're trying to, get past, and she says, "Oh, I understand things are urgent, but if you really need to leave, I have food and a comfortable bed for you to stay. But if you don't want to stay, I can't keep you."
All right, so let's hurry on.
She slowly steps to the side.
Nod and
Okay.
sidle by.
Well, I go out
Yes.
faster.
I'm going to sidle by and smile.
Ben and Marsh will do the same. Just follow suit.
Okay, you all leave the room past
Bibbidi yaga.
Miss Lasaga.
Oh, Vasaga.
La
and-
Saga.
Yeah. She says, "Oh, on your way out, mind the fog. It gets a bit tricky out there." Alright, so you're out. Which direction you go? Do you return the way you came, or do you go a different direction?
Does there seem to be a road going out of the village the other direction?
The only road that you remember is the one that turned into the swamp. So that it was the way you came in.
Well, you're the one that wanted to leave, Miss Dwarf.
You wanted to stay?
We just needed a rest. We are exhausted.
And I'm cool with
we
leaving.
tried that. That was not going to work.
All right, let's see if we can find some dry ground. I can cast.
Okay, so yeah, I guess we'll attempt to leave the way that we came.
Okay. So you head back down this crickety old staircase into the very deep water that quickly rises up to chest height or waist height, depending on your height. And you push through. Your body's tired and sore. The bog seems to be holding you back, and it just feels exhausting pushing your way through. And you make your way back in the direction you believe was the way you came in. And very quickly, the village is engulfed in fog as you march into it. Behind you is just grayness and the sound of water lapping against the sides of the stilted houses and the dock. And as you continue on pushing through, you in front of you, you start to see a small light that is doing its best to pierce through the fog. And as you make your way forward through it all, you find yourself back in the same spot that you were entering the village instead of leaving it. For some reason, going through the bog, you were turned around, even though you were going in a straight line.
Any like, is there normal streets and round and stuff?
What is there? What?
Is it does the village? Is it their standard ground? Is there dirt?
No, you push through the bog and then out of the village, only to be going in the same direction as if you were going into the village, and it's all the same.
Is the village on water, or is it?
Yes, it's the exact same thing you saw.
Okay. Okay. All right.
All right, Hazel. What do you want to do now?
Well, I wanted to cast my Liam in the tiny hut. Place to do that.
Do you need any kind of special environment for that? To cast your spell?
She needs dry land, right?
Well, it doesn't say it has to have dry, but cast it, 10-foot radius, round and above me. I don't know that you can cast it on water. I'd hate to try and lose the spell.
Well,
I've got one chance. Dahlia.
are we still there is no dry land?
No, you were still like stomach deep in this water.
Yes.
So he's saying there's no dry land. All the villages, houses.
Yeah.
Built.
So we have to leave
Yeah.
the area.
We weren't able to, so we have to do something. We don't know
weren't
what.
able to leave?
No, remember we left. We walked.
I couldn't
Right
hear
back
because
here.
he kept cutting out. So
Oh, okay. So you walked away from the village in the same direction that you came from. And then after maybe 2 minutes of pushing through this bog, you came back to what you see in front of you is just the same entrance of the town. On stilts, in the bog,
I see.
in water.
Win in a circle kind of thing.
Yeah.
Cool. I would like.
Well, she wants us to go to her house, so let's go to her.
Okay.
You want to go stay at Baba Yaga's?
Have we been giving any other option? Any other option? Thing?
Well, we haven't burnt the village down yet.
No, we could try that, I guess.
Let's hold that in our back pocket.
All right.
Plan B. Maybe C.
All right, we'll climb back up the ladder, I guess. Yes,
Okay.
we will. Climb back up the ladder.
You walk up the stairway onto the platform next to one of the houses. As you were getting back to the scene in front of you, see here, you notice that there are several more rowboats at the dock than before.
Interesting.
There's several more rowboats at the dock than we saw before.
Gathering of more hags, I imagine.
We look around to see why there's more boats at the dock.
How
Are
far up the platform do you get? Do you go all
Oh,
the way
we
up?
go as far as up as we go to see why there's so many boats.
Okay, when you get to the top of the platform, you see little old Babla Saga. Around the corner, she still has the flame in her hand that's providing light enough for you to see her. And she says, "Oh, welcome back. Oh, it feels my heart to know this changed your mind."
Well, the fog changed our mind for us.
It can be a bit tricky. Maybe in the morning it will be better.
Baba, why do you want us to come to your...
Oh, it's your choice. I can't force you to do anything.
I have a feeling we don't have any choice.
That's rather presumptuous of you. But if you'd like, you can continue to try and stay in Sable's mudroom.
No, we don't say. We will do as you say.
You make it sound like I'm forcing you to do this. I am but a weary old lady providing safe haven for travelers that come through.
Oh, I see your point. I'm not a witch myself.
I said nothing about not being a witch.
I too have been often misrepresented.
I claim that I am a witch. Yes, it is how I am able to cast this spell to make it so you can see me.
Could we not see you without a spell?
I noticed that some of you don't have the abilities to see in the dark. I just tried to alleviate that misfortune.
Ah.
Well, lead on, good woman. We're grateful for your hospitality.
She, her mouth stretches to a wide smile, very much like you would see in a Studio Ghibli film. Just like very pleased. The eyes, the crow's
Cat
feet
buzz.
stretch to the side. And she says, "Oh, wonderful
Kind of scary.
guests. But it won't take too long. Just follow me." She
My
walks
grandma,
down.
what so much teeth you have in your mouth. What big eyes you have, Grandma.
Oh, you flatter me. But she will walk down this path towards this staircase, rickety staircase, leading down to a dock where you saw the multiple rowboats. And she will very carefully get down onto the dock and like gesture for you to follow, and then put one. Oh. I thought my computer
Oh,
got disconnected. You hear it out of that?
I hear you just fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
She will very carefully put a thin foot in one of the rowboats, and it will shudder a little bit, but she'll find her balance and get herself all the way into the rowboat, and she settles down and moves the other hand in such a way that causes the boat to start moving up the river here. And it will go a short ways until it stops in the middle of the river, and the boats behind it will start to get pulled until it stops, like a rowboat train. The others are waiting for you to hop in.
Okay. That's what these boats were here for. All right. It wasn't for people that arrived, it was for us to leave. Get in the boat.
Oh.
I'll get in the boat.
A dwarf with heavy armor climbing into a rowboat. It's quite a comical sight, I'm sure.
I know that you traveled through the bog just to get here, but I figured it was a bit better to prevent your apparel to get wet once more. No need to be shy, 2 per boat.
I'll share a boat with Marsh. I'll just
Okay.
get in it.
So order is Baba Saga leading the head, and then Hazel and Oz, Fenn and Marsh, and then Hume is bringing up the caboose. Once everyone is in and settled, she will flick her hand once more, and the train of boats will start to cruise up the street, as you might say. And as you're passing by all these houses on stilts, it looks like this place is well worn with moisture and time. Though these buildings are still standing, they look like they might collapse on their stilts at any day now. But as you push on through down the road, is there anything you'd like to do or say?
Pay close attention to the surroundings to see if we can get our way back out of here.
Okay. If you would like to, I'll do that. I'll have you roll perception.
Oh, still with a disadvantage.
Yes.
Roll.
Alright. Anyone else?
For perception.
If you want, you don't have to.
My gosh, come on. There's Fenn's roll. Captain Marsh. There's Captain Marsh.
Okay. So your weary eyes and exhausted mind, you scan the sides of the buildings. With the fog, it makes it exceptionally difficult to pick up landmarks and differences in the buildings. Everyone isn't quite able to remember the twists and turns that she makes, but Hazel, you feel like you've got a good idea. If need be, you will be able to get out of here. But she goes through the town, down the streets and alleyways. It seems like it's a small world ride if you were in like the Florida Everglades. But
Less music.
But you manage to spend a little bit of time. It takes about, you would think 10 minutes, around there, to get to wherever Miss Lasaga would like to go. And,
Do we hear banjos? Is it that kind of a swamp?
Not quite. I don't want to subject my players to that kind of hell, but
There are accordions.
It's accordion.
bagpipes.
It's a German themed village.
Weird Al. It looks a lot like Weird Al.
But yeah, you finally stop, and this house is much different than any of the other ones you've seen. It's a little bit better kept, but it is directly in front of a massive tree. And if you'd like, you can roll history checks to see if you remember what this tree is.
I would like to do this.
Do it. But you...
Can I do a knowledge of my past?
Yeah.
Sweet.
History check.
I rolled a 6.
The house, it's on stilts as well, although this isn't quite as big as the other houses you see in front of you. This looks to be like a small one-room house, just large enough for a little old lady and was the 6 plus or the 5 plus 2. I'll say that Hazel and Oz, this tree does look familiar. Seeing the size of it behind this house, it is pretty distinct. You vaguely remember it from a dream you've had very recently. Do you remember that dream? Does the player remember that dream?
Does the player remember that dream? Is it the one that's... No. On fire?
It was in the village, where everything in the village was on fire except for the tree.
Except for the...
This is the same large tree.
Oh my gosh. What's this tree doing here?
And,
Remember that back pocket plan?
What?
That plan we put in our back pocket?
No, not...
Plan C.
Plan F.
But she will get the train of rowboats up to the dock that is leading from her house, and she will very slowly stop it. And you see her kind of awkwardly. She probably has done this several times before, but has never quite got it down every time. But she will awkwardly try and get out of the boat with her skinny little legs and arms, always making sure to keep the flame in her hand alight. But she will scramble up to the dock and fit her bundle of cloth wrapped around her body in such a way that looks like she's trying to be presentable. And she says, "Home, sweet home."
And a right fine home it is, it appears.
Maintaining caution.
It looks a little small for all of us.
Oh, I would think that some people would call it cozy.
Oh my goodness, I think.
She will, as soon as everyone else is off of their boats and onto the dock, she will very slowly make her way up the stairs to the front of the house. There is a light in the house. It seems a fire is already burning.
I follow her. I presume we all follow her.
Yes, go ahead and
Yeah.
go ahead and follow her.
Okay, as you slowly, ascend this staircase to the maw of the house overlooking you, the four of you all, hear from one of the, don't know what tresses? For a roof? Is that a tress?
Yes.
Roof?
Yeah. I'll just put something there. You see several blackbirds perched on the roof, and as you walk up this staircase, they look at you and start cawing very loudly. And Baba Saga will get to the door and she say, birds again. They've been disturbing me for a while. It's not... Don't worry too much about them.
Why would we be worried about them? They're just birds.
Just keep your guard up. They have tried their best to attack me. Maybe they laid a nest in my home. I'm not sure.
They attack you?
Yes, when I try to leave sometimes, a swarm of birds will come after me.
What did you do to the birds? Did you steal their eggs?
Like I said, I think they made a nest in my home. I haven't disturbed them at all. The
Poor
birds
birds.
will... The ravens will continue to caw at you.
At us too. Do they look just as distrustful of us?
You can roll animal handling if you'd like.
Birds?
Wow, despite disadvantage, that's a really good roll. Hazel, you do not sense that they are angry at you. You sense that this is more of an omen.
We
Good
saw
or-
birds omen before.
Good or bad, you're not sure, but it is some sort of calling.
Okay, I will say thank you, co-friend. Thank you.
Do we proceed on into the house?
Yes. So you go inside, and inside you see that it is a square little house with 15 feet on each side. It is packed with old furniture, including a a wicker cabinet, a slender wardrobe, a wooden table, a stool, a barrel-topped wooden chest, reinforced with brass bands, and also several wooden cots that have been lined around the room. But something is a bit different about this room. In the middle, there is a ghastly wooden crib with a small angelic child sitting in it. All of the furnishings in this one-room house have been bolted to the floor, except for the crib. And beneath the floorboards, you see a very slight glowing green light peeking through. As the elderly woman walks into the hut and she says, "Hello, Stradzi. I'm home. Hope you didn't miss me. If you don't mind, I brought guests as well. I didn't quite catch their names, though."
Excuse me? What did you call this child?
"Oh, this is my son, Stradzi."
Stradzi. How old is Stradzi?
"Oh, he's only 18 months so far, but I think he's gonna be a fast grower."
18 months.
I wasn't quite sure if you were going to stay or not. I did cook a little bit something for myself, but I could conjure up something real quick if you want something to fill your weary bellies.
We've got our own ration. Actually, we ate earlier, hoping to, cast a little sleeping spell and take a nap.
"Oh, here it's all restful. You don't need any magic to fall asleep." And she gestures to the different cots that are scattered around the room.
Cots look like they've been there for a while. Just brand new.
They look as weary as each other. Worn, but quite comfortable.
Do you get a lot of visitors such as us?
"Oh, yes, actually. People like it here enough. They know that the rest of the land is not a nice place to stick around in. I provide a good safe haven for all kinds of people to come and stay, live out their years."
May I ask you about your child? Is this your own child?
"Yes. He's my son. He's all I have. I suppose you could say that the people of this town are all my children, but Stradzi is the closest one for me."
Ah, Stradzi's father, living?
"Oh, yes, he's to the south. Far in the mountains. Doesn't really visit much occasionally, but..." From the crib you hear the child making cooing noises. And Babalasaga will turn and, "Oh, yes, I will. You must be hungry. I just needed some time to gather these folks." She will go over to one of the cabinets and procure a very old makeshift bottle, and with a flick of her wrist, she will conjure up liquid to put in the bottle, and she then slowly walks over to the crib and hands it to the child, where it will start to suckle and feed. If you don't want to eat, that's fine. I understand there's a lot of danger happening. It's not very trusting of just people to offer to house you, but I assure you this is a safe place. No one from the outside will harm you.
Well, I could certainly do with a bit of rest.
Is this room big enough to cast spell for us?
Are you trying to cast Lehman's tiny hut?
Yeah. I think it needs to be outside.
Yeah, you'd have to go outside for that.
Is there any land outside, or is
It's all water and a dock.
We can't get any sleep. Well, fine. We lay down and we go to sleep. I'm gonna.
Okay. It sounds like Hazel and Oz want their rest.
Yep.
Fenn and Marsh, what do you like to do?
Marsh is gonna stay up, and Fenn is gonna stay up. And just kind of keep an eye on the old lady. And when you described angelic, what do you mean exactly? Like, is this kid glowing? Like how the abbot was angelic, celestial?
Well, the abbot wasn't glowing. You just used your divine sense to sense that he was a celestial. And then later on, he revealed, like, shown his wings, and you saw that he was that. Yeah, you can cast divine sense if you'd like.
Yeah, okay, I'll cast divine sense. I got 4 out of 5 of them. I cast divine sense.
Okay. You concentrate, and within the 60 feet that is not behind total cover, so everything in this room, you do not sense celestial, fiend, or undead inside.
Okay. Cool.
And
So the baby's like angelic in that the baby's really pretty?
yes, it looks like I don't, the perfect baby, I guess. I don't know.
Well, that's insane.
I don't know. It don't really know how to describe it. It's just like the perfect epitome of what a child should look like, I guess.
And it's 18 months old?
Yes.
So it should be walking. It shouldn't be in a crib.
Well, it's late at night too.
Okay. And it's awake and just kind of hanging out in the crib.
Yeah, well, it's eating right now. So Hazel and Oz will settle in. Hume will also follow suit, kind of like looking at the child very weird, because he is definitely angelic. Hume is almost an angel, but he will eye the child oddly as he walks around the crib to one of the empty cots.
He's like 75% angel.
And as the three of them will settle in, Babala Saga will kind of like look at Fenn and Marsh expectantly, like, don't you want to sleep too?
Oh, we don't sleep.
Oh, well, how do you get your energy back? You must be tired.
We don't get tired. Nor do we get hungry.
Oh, that is quite useful. I wish I could feel that in my old age.
Well, you have to be dead and then come back. But you're still dead.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I mean, I could make it happen if that's what you'd like, but I can't guarantee you'd come back as you are currently.
Well, you can certainly try.
'Cause I got eh. Well, actually, I can't cast that spell, because I used that on my buddy, but, it is pretty useful, not needing to sleep. Pretty great. So, what do you do around here?
I take care of the residents in this town. I go to their homes, make them food, make sure they're comfortable, and just make sure everyone's safe.
What's this town called?
This town is Berez.
Berez? Town? Berez. Good thing it's a swamp and not a forest, so you don't have to deal with any Berez around. Get it?
Oh, good one. You should have your own stand-up show.
Do you have a place that does that?
Oh, yes, if you would like. There can be
comedy hall.
open mic night.
Well, that sounds fun. So this house, interesting. Did you make it?
Oh, no. It was here before. I just occupied it once it was empty.
Oh. Who were the previous owners?
I'm not quite sure. To be honest, this town wasn't always flooded.
Really?
No. It was, just another one like Kresk and Valaki. But then a horrible flood happened and it washed everyone out. Not literally, but I do make a joke once or twice, just like you do. Yes, a lot of people had to leave because of the flooding, and after that, some people stayed and built the stilts for which the houses stand, so that they could live. But eventually, there wasn't enough of a good home, so to speak. And then I thought it'd be a good place for solitude, so I managed to move into this small home. Eventually, people started to flock in, and as some solitude is nice, you get a bit lonely, and I welcomed these new people with open arms and provided these homes, helped them recover from whatever ailed them, and now they stay, sleeping in this peaceful town. Occasional another group of wanderers will come in, and I will keep them here as well. It's just a nice place to stay.
Interesting. So you say that they sleep here?
Well, yes, it is their home.
My companions tried sleeping earlier and they kept waking up.
Well, Sable's mudroom isn't exactly a 5-star resort. I don't say my place is, but maybe 1 star if you give it a chance.
So, like, are they perpetually sleeping? You mentioned that you go in and you take care of them and feed them and such.
Yes, didn't you speak to one of them? Sable told me that you were looking for a place to stay.
I mean, I didn't talk to anyone, but my companion did. And we were looking for a place to stay temporarily.
That's understandable. People often come and go in Berez. Unfortunately, they don't stay. And they want to go and fight and do other dangerous things. I don't know why they want to leave my town. It's all the comfort they ever need. Granted, it does look like it's been worn down, but that just gives it a little bit more appeal, don't you think?
I don't know how to answer that without being rude.
Well,
To each their own, I suppose. So you make it sound like you do not like the fact that people leave or want to leave. Is that the case?
well, like I told you, I did want solitude at first, but I find much comfort in community.
But what if there's people who don't want to be part of the community?
They're free to leave, but they always seem to come back. It's nice that they change their mind and come back.
Is it because of the fog? You had mentioned that it was tricky to get through.
Now that you say something, they do mention that the fog is always leading them back. I'm not sure why. It's
Everyone
not like it's
insight.
alive. Yeah.
I don't know why. That's weird, right? Very convenient for me, but. Oh, Jesus. I'm rolling so bad.
So, you feel as if, she is hiding something, though you're not sure at any point in this conversation which part of it is.
Yeah, so was this fog always here, or did this show up at some point?
It used to be clear. Like I said, this town was completely different before I moved here. I heard all about it when I was younger. But after the flooding and after I moved in, it just seemed to follow me. And then one person showed up and they said they were looking for something, and I said, well, you found a place to stay, and that's what's important. And so they decided to stay. And then more people started showing up, and I enjoyed the company, and people started helping each other and helping me. And then we built this town, made it better than it was. Although, you have to have a boat to get around, it's just a little bit of a pain, but since I am of magical ability, it doesn't bother me too much. I seem to help the people get around the houses.
I see. And is Strahd the the only child, or do other households have children?
No, Stratzy's the only one.
And
Everyone
he just showed up?
What was that?
He just showed up one day, or like, how'd he come here?
The child?
Yes.
Oh, he's my son.
Oh, like you gave birth to
Awkward.
him and... Sorry,
Well,
I...
sit down next to Baba, and I'll tell you all about how he came to be.
No, thank you. How I met your father. Alright, sorry, I try not to assume anything. So you are raising him here.
Yes.
But you expect him to grow very fast.
He's a strong young boy, I can tell. I can feel it.
And will you allow him to leave when he is of age?
I like I said, I'm not keeping anyone here. People are free to leave.
Will you be able to help guide him through the fog?
I'm not exactly sure. When he's strong enough, he will be able to get through the fog. Maybe, that's a grand idea. Maybe he will lead these people out of the village, and finally they can break through and get through the fog. Once he's older, I will tell him that he is the chosen one. He is the one to lead these people.
You will part the fog, as it were. Yeah, that's... If you think he will be capable of it, that's... pretty nice to be able to do for these people. I don't really know what else to ask, so I'm just gonna stand over there, if that's okay with you.
Well, if you don't need sleep or food, I can't make you take any of those.
Yeah, not really, so I'll just be quiet over there. And Fenn will kind of bow his head and go, just stand against a wall if there's like a barren wall, or a spot for him to lean against.
Okay. This place is pretty packed for being as small as it is, and the several beds of people. So the spot that you can stand and lean against the wall would be next to the door.
Yeah, okay. I'll go stand next to the door and just kind of keep my eye on the hag and my party members. And Marsh, I assume, will probably try and find, like, a chair to sit in.
Okay, there is a stool.
Yeah, so he'll go and sit on that stool.
Baba Saga will continue to stand next to the crib and start to slowly rock it, and you hear the baby start to coo and get quieter as she rocks it to sleep. But you notice that she's still standing in the same spot, and as she's rocking this crib, she's watching you lean against the wall, smiling very sweetly.
Like, staring at Fenn while she's rocking the baby?
Yes.
That's weird. Fenn's gonna be like... Did you need something?
Oh no, I am fine. Thank you for
Oh.
asking, though. Very
Okay.
sweet of you.
Leaning against the wall. I'm sure Captain Marsh is probably like carving something. Like he's just like burning time.
Okay. I don't know how much of the conversation Oz and Hazel wished to listen to. Since you are in the same room, maybe as you were drifting off to sleep, you heard this conversation between Baba and Fenn.
Yeah. Listen a little as I was trying to.
I didn't hear much of it.
Okay. So, hours go by. You don't have your nightmares anymore. But Baba Saga is still standing in that one spot, rocking the crib, staring at Fenn. Sweet smile on her face, never disappearing, never faltering. Since Fenn and Marsha are awake, would you like to do anything in this time?
Yeah. Marsh is gonna I guess Marsh is just kind of like he'll get up and kind of walk around and look at the stuff. Fenn is going to like. Are there any books or anything around?
You do look around and find some books in the cabinets.
He'll just kind of look at like the books and see what they're about. What kind of books does she have?
Well, I had a list of books, but I can't find it, so I will find another list of books.
So that Fenn, you broke the.
I will have
I asked for books.
Hold on. Roll a d100.
D100. There you go. 7.
7.
That's the theme.
Alright, so, you browse the books, and, there are a few. There's one, there is a heavy tome. It's bound in thick leather. You look at the title, it's called the, Corrector?
The corrector?
Corrector.
Oh, corrector. The corrector.
Guide to good grammar.
Oh, I need this.
How to speak good. By the Corrector. If you browse through the pages, you'll see the pages are also pretty thick parchment. and there's a lot of heavy text here, very thick with the what is it? Textbook style stuff. Double column, small words, not a lot of space. Occasionally you'll see a picture of like a circle with a bunch of lines going through it and some text in another language you don't understand. And then you look onto another book and you see that there's one called Of Fleet and Fancy.
That one sounds nice.
You browse through that and it has like different stories of people and what would be heroic acts of what people have done. And then there's a thinner but equally large book called The Swarm. And as you open that book, like when something is very dusty and old, a moth flies out of it and around the room.
Oh, that's much better than what I thought you were gonna say. You open the book called The Swarm, and it's full of bees.
Not the bees!
Oh! No, it was a trap. Okay. Yeah, Fenn will like, oh, this, all right, cool. And he'll probably read the Of Fleet and Fancy.
Okay.
Sounds interesting.
This is Fenn, not Marsh, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Marsh is going to just kind of, he'll get up and he'll just look around, look if there's like anything interesting, like if she's got like tools or potions or ingredients or stuff.
Okay. He opens one of the cabinets and peers through. There's a lot of basic baking items, flours, sugars. There's some like oil in there for cooking.
I think he's gonna be looking for tobacco to smoke.
He does find some herbs in there, but if you want, you can roll a nature for him to discern if they are smokable.
Smokable?
Something tells me he doesn't care.
He's gonna try and smoke
Give
it.
it a
He's
shot.
gonna, like, I'm gonna.
Good, it could be better.
Nature. Nature is intelligence. 12.
Okay. He finds some leaves that probably are smokable. So he can attempt to smoke that if he'd like. They are like half the size of his hand, each leaf.
Okay.
There's like
So
a bundle of 6.
he's gonna grab any kind of paper nearby. There's like, I don't know, loose scraps of paper or anything, and he's gonna roll himself a little cigarette thing with whatever he's found and try and smoke it.
Always good.
Mysterious herbs! I could probably smoke these. Yeah, you don't mind me smoking in here, yeah?
No, go right ahead, though. Be sure to blow out the window. I wouldn't like to have Estradzzi get any of the effects.
Oh, yeah, okay. You got any alcohol?
No, I don't drink, sorry.
It was worth a shot. And I guess Marshall go to the window and be smoking around it.
Okay. I'll have Marsh roll a quick perception. As you go to the window and look outside, start lighting your herbs. He rolls it, puts it to his lips,
Oh shit! There's his perception.
lights the makeshift cigarette, takes a long drag, and it tastes fairly bitter with a slight hint of sweetness. And he blows his smoke outside the window and peers out. And as he's looking, the fog kind of it's parted, so you can see the tree behind the hut. But as he blows the smoke to exhale, he looks and the fog creeps in closer and closer, enveloping the tree so he can't see it anymore. And as he looks down at the bog, at the base of the tree, he sees a very large skull of a massive lizard. And as he exhales and the fog gets closer and closer, it envelops the skull as if trying to hide it.
And I have him roll a nature check to see if that was like an alligator skull, crocodile, dinosaur, lizard folk.
Nature, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Intelligence. 17.
Damn.
Marsh
No.
is doing it.
All y'all are exhausted. Marsh has it covered.
Yeah. Glad I brought him back.
But he looks at it and he recognizes, with the size of it and the shape and several features about the skull, it looks like a dragon skull. It's a very large skull.
He's gonna try and play cool and just keep smoking and just make a mental note of it. And then he's gonna finish his cigarette and he's gonna go to Fenn and whisper what he's seen to Fenn.
As he gets Fenn's attention, Bobblesock is still rocking the cradle and staring at Fenn all this time. Even when she was talking to Marsh, she still stared at Fenn. Fenn, you look over at Marsh, and he is glowing, literally. There is an aura about him that is giving off light.
What does that mean? He wasn't glowing before, was he?
Nope, not that you know.
Okay. Like before his cigarette?
Right.
Hey, Captain, you're glowing.
Oh,
Is what Fenn's gonna say.
Thank you. That's rather nice compliment.
No,
I've been feeling pretty
like
good right
literally, you are glowing like a light bug. Like,
He'll look down and, well, that makes it easier for everyone to see me.
yeah.
See, in general.
What did you smoke?
Oh, I just picked something up. He holds out the cigarette and
Know where we are.
Interesting. Hopefully that fade. Hopefully there's no long-term repercussions and all you do is glow. Weird. And then I assume he tells me what he saw.
yeah, he says something about the herb, like, oh, I found it tastes pretty good, and then in the middle of speaking, he'll kind of lean over it Fenn, and real quick say that, oh, I saw there's some sort of dragon skull outside. But it's, I don't know. Maybe I'll have some more later. It's kind of good.
Yeah, interesting.
As long as you don't mind me raiding your cabinet, miss. No, hospitality is all I expect to do for these people here. Oh, well, thank you kindly.
Yeah, it's really nice. So, like, are there any other, I don't know, like, so what are the other people's names in this town?
Oh,
Are they all creatures or humans? And
are you looking to meet more of them?
I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Just curious, like, what's the population?
Well, it does grow every few years. Well, there's the one of the light. He is the priest around here. His name is Chatoy, and there is the hunter that came through looking for pelts to take care of that sigh, and the one who creates music. Their name is G, and I'm sure you'll all meet them in good time. Once morning comes, you can go around and talk to the people.
And you're like the oldest resident? Like you've lived here the longest?
Yes, I have been here quite some time.
But you weren't born here. Like where are you originally from?
Oh, I am not from this land originally. I came here when I was much younger.
Like when you were 7? 10?
Oh, no, not
what are we
that
talking?
young. It was when I was of traveling age. I could travel on my own. It's been a very long time, though. I can't quite remember what that time was, but I do remember that I liked it here, and I wanted to stay. It was very peaceful.
How long ago was that?
Oh, like I said, it was so long ago, I don't remember.
Do you remember it always being overcast when you arrived to Barovia? To Berez? Or do you remember seeing different colored skies?
I did see the sun. It was a very nice spectacle while it lasted.
Interesting.
Occasionally, I will glance at the blue sky above. It hasn't been too long that I haven't seen it.
Well, I mean, it's been several centuries.
Has it?
Yup.
Oh my, that is a long time.
You're pretty up there, huh? In living years.
Well, it's not too nice to indicate a woman's age, especially if she's a bit older. I don't take any offense because I know you didn't mean it, but in the future, if you happen to refrain that from another individual as elderly looking as myself, she will continue to stare at Fenn, but offer a hand out to Hazel, where she's sleeping.
Oh yeah. Well, she's pretty young, you know. Like she hasn't lived quite as long yet. But so you, I guess it's even more of a miracle. And Fenn is trying to be very careful with his words as he's thinking of how to phrase what he's about to say. It's like, so it's even more of a miracle that you were able to conceive Stradzee, right?
Oh, I suppose maybe to those of different heritages it might be a bit more difficult, although I am a woman of magic.
So not necessarily human.
I wouldn't say that. I am still human.
But also just a magical being.
Yes, magic can sustain life and bring forth good blessings as Stradzee has brought forth upon me.
Are there other magical beings in this bog?
Oh, occasionally one of two will show up and have their show off their skills, and sometimes open mic night has a little bit of color to it, a little extra flair of magic. But I see that all of you are capable of doing such things.
Well, it's not just being able to use magical abilities, but being magical in your biological sense. Are there other magical creatures, like unicorns and what have you?
Are you indicating your golden friend? She will gesture to Hume.
Why? He just likes gold, but I don't. What is he?
Oh, he's not human. He doesn't look human. He is born of divine intervention, I suppose you could call it.
Huh. I guess I always just saw him as him. But you know what I'm saying, like, magical beasts. Are there, like, is this a magical swamp that attracts magical beasts?
Oh, no. No creatures wander in except for the people who can communicate and have pleasant conversation with.
So there's no any kind of predators in this swamp.
Oh no, like I said, it's a safe haven.
Interesting. And what exactly caused the flooding? Because you had mentioned that it wasn't always a swamp.
Oh, there was a person of magical ability that came by and wasn't too happy about the things that were happening, and decided that they wanted the town to be flooded with water. It was quite a tragedy.
It was a person?
Oh,
Or
yes.
a creature?
It was a person.
And what was their name? Did you know?
Oh, I can't quite recall.
He flooded the town.
Oh, yes. Drove everyone out, eventually.
Why'd he do that? Like, just he was angry at the town?
Oh, I've heard he didn't like how things are being handled.
You know, there's a powerful individual that is kind of running all of Barovia.
Is that the lord of this this land? I've heard a little bit about him.
Oh, really? What have you heard?
Oh, when people come in, they say they're looking for him. Say they've got to end his tyranny, and they realize that it's just better to be here where it's safe.
Oh, interesting. So all of the villagers here claimed they were going to attack the Lord of the Land.
Well, not necessarily attack, they just said that they were going to end his reign. Could have been. There are other ways to get a different person in power. There's diplomacy, there's kind words, and peace offerings.
Has the Lord of the Land ever come here to talk to you?
No, I have never seen him.
You've never... Sorry, you cut out.
I've never seen him.
Oh. And... Fenn wants to look at the baby again. Like, it closer. And what does this baby look like outside of angelic? Like, what is its hair color? What is it? Does it look familiar? Like, who is its daddy? Do I know its daddy?
Who is your daddy and what does he do? Okay, so...
Ben is kind of thinking, like, this lady's clearly hiding something. It's weird that she's never really met the Lord of the Land. But this child is named like a pet name of the Lord of the Land. So, does this kid look like the Lord of the Land?
Okay, well, you go up to the crib. It's still gently rocking under Baba Saga's care. And you peer down at the sleeping child. Very serene. It's got a chubby little face. There are no like extreme distinct features about this baby over other children. It does have jet black hair, but it's just snuggled in a blanket, sleeping peacefully under the rocking crib.
Okay. Ben is kind of sus of this lady, but he's trying to be careful while his teammates rest so that they can get as much rest as they can.
Quick, stall for 8 hours.
Damn it, why do you guys have to sleep for 8 hours? Fenn is gonna just kind of say, like, well, you know, if you ever meet the Lord of the Land, I'm sure he would be very interested in meeting your child.
Really?
For they share a similar name.
Oh? What is the Lord's name?
Well, let me ask you first, where did you come up with a name for your child?
Well, there is a dish from my homeland that it's referred to as Strozganov. And I just thought he was the most delicious little thing. Don't you agree?
I mean, I don't eat children, but yeah, looks delicious. I have to put that. I don't eat children. I may be undead, but I don't eat children. But yeah, he looks delicious.
If I did eat children.
Yeah, I would want to eat him. Yeah, it looks good.
Oh, so it's just a shortening of that word.
Strad. What was it?
Strozganov.
Strozganov. Strozganov. Yeah, that's how you spell
Add
it.
up.
Spell it how you think. It, you
Yeah.
know, sound it out. It's exactly how it's spelled.
Strozganov. Interesting. Yeah, well, the Lord of the Land's name is, Lord, Strahd.
Oh, well. Maybe my child will be able to end the tyranny that these people speak of. Maybe it's a sign.
Why would you want to end the Lords of the Land's tyranny?
So many of these people come here saying they're going to do that. It seems like a good cause.
I guess? I don't know. The Lord of the Land is very strong and very powerful.
Well, I believe in my little one.
Well, it's good to, believe in your child. And I'm gonna I'm gonna assume Marsh is is he still glowing?
Yes.
Okay. How bright is it?
It's like, if I were to give it technical words, it's bright within 5 feet, and then dim to another 10 feet.
Okay. I am going to Fenn is gonna be distracted by Marsh's glowing light, and I'm gonna be like, man, sir, do you think you could go outside with that glowing until it stops? Very distracting.
Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe keep the people from sleeping. I'll just finish my cigarette outside.
Yeah. Sounds good.
You will exit the front door and don't know where you'll have him go, if you want him to walk down to the dock or just stay on the platform.
I would like him, if possible, to check out that dragon skull.
Okay.
Is it a full dragon skull, or is it a full dragon body?
Well, do you want him to get into the bog to check it out? Or do you want him to, just peer at it from the, ledge of the house?
I guess peer at it from the ledge. Because I know
Okay.
she said there's no predators, but she's obviously not trustworthy.
Okay, what are you looking for? You said a larger body.
Yeah, is there a full dragon body, or is it just the skull? And are there weapon marks on skull, or if there is a body, the body. Like, is this the dragon that we saw from the war times?
Okay. I'll have Marsh roll a history as he's peering at this skeletal thing.
Okay. And I assume it's probably been like what, 2 hours? 3 hours? 4 hours?
Like 3.
Okay, cool. Well, he got a 4.
So he's looking at the skull. It's really hard to see. The fog is doing its best to cover it up. So he's like straining to get through it. If he hadn't seen it before, he wouldn't be able to catch it this time. But he's looking really hard at it, and he can't discern anything specific about it. It's very large.
Yeah, it is
It's
very
like
large. Can he
10
jump
feet.
onto it?
You can make either a acrobatics or athletics to try to.
Okay, he does have an athletics, a +5 in athletics, so he's gonna try that.
Okay.
17.
So with his might, and is he trying to be quiet about it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have you roll a stealth as well. But he, with a very strong push, and a very quiet slip, he jumps to the skull and manages to. He slips on the side, but he manages to grab the open socket of the eye and hold himself on to it. Pull himself up to the top of it. It's not necessarily slick, but it's not great for standing on.
Okay. But how big is it? Like, is it pretty big?
It's pretty big. You could, if you wanted to, he could jump in the socket and fit inside.
Okay, he'd probably do that.
Okay. Jumps in. Does he have dark vision?
If undead have dark vision, they should, but they don't. Like, Fenn doesn't have dark vision, so...
Zombies do, though.
Which is weird, right? So, like, why doesn't, Reborn
I don't know.
undead have? It's weird.
So, yeah, I suppose he does have
Would
dark vision.
Captain Marsh have dark vision?
Yeah.
Because he's a zombie?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah, he goes to jump down into the socket, but he sees there is a tall ripple of water, so this skull is partially in the bog. So he goes to jump in, but decides if he should jump in the water or not for the skull.
I guess he would probably not want, like, how much it's like 10 feet of water?
He doesn't know how deep it is.
I see. But the skull is submerged.
Yes.
Partially submerged.
It's not 10 feet of water because the skull isn't completely submerged.
Okay. I guess, yeah, he would take that gamble, take that risk,
Okay.
and try and quiet, like, try and not make too loud of a splash. It's not like belly flopping or anything.
Okay. So he will hang down from the socket and as carefully as he can drop into the water with a slight sploosh. He's inside the skull.
Cool. He's gonna look for any kind of, I don't know, remains? Like, did this dragon eat things, or are there any kind of marks on the skull?
Roll investigation.
Okay. 13.
Okay. So you, Marsh will, look around. The dark vision makes it hard to see anything, significant in color around. So it's all, colors of gray.
Is he still glowing?
Yes. Oh, he is glowing. Ha! Alright, he doesn't need dark vision. Okay, well, he looks around and sees that, after investigating for a short time, notes that this skull didn't start here. It was moved here.
It moved here? Interesting. Why? What could he do to this skull? What if he breaks it? What would happen? Well, either way, he's gonna try and get out of the skull. Or if there's like... Yeah, he's gonna try and get out of the skull.
Okay. Roll another athletics.
21.
Alright. Well, very deftly, he manages to jump up and grab the socket, by, like, wall climbing, I guess, using his feet to run up the wall. Grab the socket and pull himself out of the skull to the top of it.
And he's just gonna sit on top of the skull until he stops glowing. Just kind of wait it out. And I guess maybe see if like the crows are still around.
Okay. While this is all happening, what does Fenn do inside?
Ben is going to question the old lady about, what do you mean, like, taking down the Lord of the Land? Like, if you've never met him, why would you want your child to do that? Well, you know, the people that show up here are bad people.
Like I said, I didn't say take him down. I said end tyranny. Maybe my son will be a great speaker of words. Use the silver tongue to advise this lord to be kinder to those around. Maybe he will prove his worth as a warrior and show that there is other strength than tyranny.
Yeah, the Lord of the Land isn't really like that. It's not that kind of a person.
Oh, there's good in everyone. You just have to look deep enough and bring it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The Lord of the Land is pretty obsessed with just getting what he wants.
Well, a lot of people strive to achieve what they want. What is it that you want? And how are you achieving your goals?
Is this a self-help seminar? What I want is to... I want to be able to rest and my duty to be done. But I am still alive because my duty is not finished. And I have lost a lot of comrades. So I would like to make sure their death wasn't in vain, no matter how long it takes.
Do you know
And to protect my buddies.
Do you know what this rest requires? Do you know this goal that you're striving for?
As far as I understand it, it is also to take down the Lord of the Land.
Well, maybe if you wait until my young one has grown up strong, he will lead you, and you will finally be able to get this rest.
I mean, I don't know if my companions can wait that long. Like, I've been waiting, but... we've already upset the Lord of the Land, so I'm sure he's not going to allow us to rest and wait until your child is ready to lead.
Well, that choice is yours. I offer something to strive for. You may wait and possibly have stronger forces on your side, or you can attempt early on and not have the strength that you are required to end this tyranny.
Well, that's something that I'll have to talk to my companions about. I think I will go and sit and think about what we have talked about. While they continue their rest and wait for them to wake up so we can talk further. I'm sure my buddy will come in as soon as he's done glowing. I'm just gonna go sit on a cot. Like, Fenn will just kind of go and sit on a cot and, like, kind of just be thinking and waiting.
Okay. So you said you wanted to go outside. Are you staying inside?
Well, no, Fenn went to go sit on a cot.
Right.
I
thought you said you were gonna step outside and think about it.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Fenn will go outside.
Okay. As you
and just
are
kind of look for his buddy.
As you are leaving the hut, Baba Yaga will say, "Oh, make sure you leave that ivory cave. It's known to move around at time to time. Be safe."
Ivory cave? She said make sure to move that ivory cave?
To, leave the ivory cave.
Oh. I don't know what that means, but okay. I'll just be outside thinking.
As you leave, you look back and she still has that wide Studio Ghibli smile on her face, staring at the door.
Fenn's gonna step out to the docks and look for his friend.
Okay. Is Marsh still on the skull?
Marsh should try and get off the skull after a while and get back onto the docks.
Okay. So you both meet up on the platform.
Okay. Is Marsh still glowing?
Yes.
Okay. Are there birds around?
You look around and you don't see any. You should probably get rid of
Interesting.
that.
I guess we'll go back inside after some time, and I assume Marsh will catch Fenn up on like, oh, there's this dragon skull pointed out, and says like it was moved here. And Fenn will kind of think about that. And after some time, Fenn will go back inside and just sit on a cot until his companions wake up.
Okay. So you all rest in this hut, and it's a bit awkward with Baba Lasaga just standing there, rocking the cradle, the crib, and she doesn't make any attempt to lay down with the rest of them. But after that allotted time, you will have gotten a long rest. But
There's always
spending time in this hut, it's relaxing. It's very comforting. It's taken a toll on you. You have taken your long rest and everything that comes along with it, but everyone loses 1 point of each ability score that you have. So you lose. It's not the mod, so it's not like if you have 5, you go down to 4. It's like if you have 16, it'll go down to 15 for each score you have.
What?
Yep.
I'm
So
sorry.
your strength is 16.
Yeah.
It goes down to 15.
So all of our advantages we had.
Charity, Constitution, Intelligence, Wisdom, Charisma, they all go down?
Yeah, the
So my
large number
strength-
goes down once.
And so if my strength is only 8 now, it's only 7.
Yes.
You just manually do that?
Yeah.
Are we still at disadvantage on everything?
No, you have a long rest. You're rested. No more exhaustion. And
Is it morning?
you wake up and you feel very comfortable. You feel like you've slept very well. Your exhaustion is no longer there. And you feel like there's a slight want to stay in the town. It's not too strong, but it's there. You feel like maybe this is a good place to stay. Outside of here, there's Strahd, there's werewolves, zombies, but here, there's none of that.
Oh. Real quick, I need to talk. I go when we wake up and we're thinking about that, and I was like, yeah, there's no Strahd, there's no werewolves. Fenn will remember something that his buddy Vecna talked about, and he's gonna like kind of have a group powwow. I was like, hey, who all was bitten by those wolves we fought.
I was.
Anyone else? Like, I know I was. Oz, were you bit?
Nope.
Okay. Well, concerning an issue, we will potentially turn into werewolves at a full moon. So.
But I remember
that-
feeling when I was bit, I felt something entering, and then I fought it off.
Yeah, but we didn't actually. We fought off to turn at that moment, but we will forcefully turn, like, whether we want to or not, no matter what, we will turn into wolves, into werewolves at a full moon. I don't know when the next full moon is.
Oh my, that's very scary.
Ah! I didn't realize you were listening.
Aren't you in the same room?
I guess?
Nobody said they left the hut.
Good point.
Yeah, I don't know if lesser restoration will help with lycanthropy.
Well, from what I was told, we need a curse removal spell. And it's not like a normal curse removal spell like that anyone could cast. It's something special.
Oh.
Like a stronger one.
I have that. It's even prepared.
I mean, yeah, I also have a remove curse, but my buddy said that wouldn't work. It's like an item that we need.
How did you find this out?
I talked to my friend Vecna.
Oh.
The one who gave me the ability to raise my buddies and to bring back Hume.
Your god.
Yeah. No, he's not my god. He's my friend.
Oh. Right?
He's my sponsor. My patron.
You have friends in high places.
I do. He's not necessarily in a high place. He's in like a different plane or something. I don't know. It's complicated. But he's cool. You know, he just wants to help. But yeah, so he kind of gave me the heads up about that we are cursed.
I sometimes get information from the outside as well. Before I came to this land, the Great Mother led me. I was a good follower of her.
Who's great mother?
She is my, the goddess I follow.
You're religious?
Not everyone is religious when they follow a deity. Some just think that there's someone out there watching over them.
Oh, speaking of watching over, shouldn't we be finding Irina?
Yes, I remember her. That was something you wanted.
I thought that was what we were doing.
Yes, just feels so safe here.
That was very important. Once that we find Irina. She's out there all alone now.
I guess we should.
If she's all alone and she needs guidance, she can always come to Berez for safety.
She may not know where you are or anything.
You can lead her
We're going to
here.
have to go find her.
You all seem very capable.
But we
certainly
can't
are.
get out of the fog.
It is morning, so it might be a bit easier to go through.
And I think I can help a bit with that now.
I guess let's try it then
All right. Thank you for letting us rest here.
Thank you for keeping me company. Come back again soon.
hopefully not too soon, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, whenever is suitable for you. I always like guests.
I'm sure it makes it hard to, I don't know, raise a child around strangers.
Diversity is good, though.
Hmm. Well, we better hit the road.
Yeah, so let's.
Well, the road that is not there. You may take my rowboats if you like.
As long as they take us away and not circle
Thank you,
around
I
and bring us
will.
right back.
All right, so we leave the hut and go down to the rowboats.
Okay, so
Yeah.
y'all leave and Baba Saga waves goodbye, still rocking the cradle. And you head down the path to the dock. It is light, though the fog is still pretty thick. It's a bit easier to see around you. Hazel and Fenn don't need lights to guide them.
Is Marsh still glowing?
No,
Okay.
at the end of that 8-hour rest, he stopped glowing.
Ben only needed a rest for 4 hours, so he was eating up as much time as he could. When we're down at the docks, kind of looking at the boats and stuff, Fenn will tell the other two everything that he learned from the old lady.
Oh.
And then, like, what Captain Marsh found was, like, there was a dragon skull, but it wasn't from here. It moved. Like, it was moved to
Could it
that
be the skull of the
spot.
red dragon?
I don't know. I don't know how to find that out. Like, it's a skull, but I don't know of any other dragons in the area outside of Lord Argynvost. Lord Argynvost.
Did they talk about the bones of the dragon at all? Say they were looking for them, or
No, they're looking for the heart.
heart?
But
We've seen that.
why would the dragon's skull be here then? Because he died in the battlefield.
Right. How did she get a hold?
Yeah, and why move it here?
Something
Also, she
about
claims
that
to
baby.
have. Yeah, she claims to have never met the Lord of the Land, Mr. S.
I named her baby.
She claims that she named her child after a dish from her homeland called Stroganoff.
Stroganoff.
Stroganoff. Stroganoff. And she really thinks that her child will grow up and get rid of the tyranny of this land and use diplomacy and words. But I don't know about that. Also, it sounds like the other people in this village are foreigners and adventurers and warriors like you guys.
Yeah. And why are they here?
Because
I worry
can't
they don't
leave.
want to let us. She wants us to be more people of the village.
Yeah.
If she's
that's what
released us to go and find Arana, maybe she should go.
Irina? Yeah.
So why do the other people stay?
Because they don't want to leave. They think it's safe here. They have a desire, and then that desire fades, and they just supposedly get caught up in the calmness.
When I woke up this morning, I felt less capable than I ever have on this adventure, and I felt like I didn't want to leave either.
Same.
You didn't sleep.
I meditated for 4 hours, but I also felt the same. Like, maybe it wasn't so bad here.
I don't want. If we can leave, do it.
We better try before we lose
We
the
get
will.
the boats and determine a direction the way that we thought that we came.
Yes, you can take these boats. You remember that you can go the way you came, or there is another path to the south if you'd like to go that direction as well.
There is another path to the south.
Yes.
Try it. Going the way we came didn't work before.
All right. I'm going to cast Gust of Wind in a direction towards the south to clear the fog from our path.
Okay. Last minute. Okay. Well, how would you like to row these boats?
With
That's
a
fast.
rock.
I heard two different answers, but I didn't catch either one.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Hazel.
I wasn't. It was just said with
My-
alacrity.
Yeah, mine was also a joke. I was like, as fast as we can.
That's what I said.
Are they rowboats that don't have any oars?
They do not have oars. The way you got here was through magic.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, maybe we can move along with his wind.
You got a sail in your pocket? Okay, look around the docks. Are there any oars anywhere?
Nope.
Well,
Why
what
did she
the fuck?
give us these things?
She offered them to you. She didn't give them to you. She said, you may use this if you'd like.
All right, paddle with your hands, everybody. Hey, it's something.
Does anyone
Yeah.
have a
You got a better
staff
idea?
or
I do. I have a staff. Can I pole it?
yes, you can
Six staff?
push it in the water.
Yeah, I'll use
but
this.
each boat holds 2 people, so that's 1 taken care of.
Anyone else have a pole? Get the standard 10-foot pole that, adventurers often carry.
I have an axe.
Hume has a javelin that he can use.
Okay.
So that's 2 out of
Cool.
3 boats.
I have my staff. Nobody else has a.
I have a crowbar. Don't
I
know
have
if
some
that-
rope. We can tie the two together so that.
Don't crows just drink at home?
At first, and then they go out because it's cheaper. That
Yeah.
way.
We'll tie. Let's use a piece of rope and Hume can pull 2 boats.
Okay.
Well, that's,
You can. How long is the rope? Is that the 50 feet of hempen rope?
It is.
So, 2 people can be at the front, with the staff and the javelin, and then, tie it to one of them, and then 2 boats behind them. You can hold on to the rope and get pulled along. How's that sound?
okay.
Cool.
Okay. Whoever is up front will have to make a strength check each. So,
If the one I'm in, I can hand. I'll hand my staff to strong.
I guess Hume will be one of the people in the front. Who would else like to be in the pulling the whole thing?
How are you feeling?
I lost some strength.
I'm.
But I think I could help. I don't know, how Oz are you?
Oh, yeah, I just don't have anything. Yeah, I can use your staff or your
Yeah.
javelin or whatever.
So human Oz in the first boat,
Okay.
and then Fenn and Marsh in the next one, so that we're just pulling Hazel.
Sounds good. Okay. Oz, make a straight strength.
Oh, I bet I still have
Disadvantage.
exhaustion is still on. Yeah.
It shouldn't be though. The exhaustion went away, right?
Yeah, he just forgot to.
Yeah, I hadn't turned it off on my sheet though. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
But so I don't know. Would that affect what I rolled when I rolled?
You rolled 2 11s, so it's the same.
So it doesn't matter.
Right. And Hume rolled an 11. So consistently, you are equally matched. As the weight of 4 individuals in heavy armor trying to pull this trail of boats through the water. It is happening, but it's very slow. So, on either side, Hume is putting the stick in the water and pushing with all his might to push this rowboat down. Oz on the other side is doing the same, but it is a slow pace. And Oz, with this gust of wind, you manage to, for a minute, get a blast of wind straight ahead of you. And so you can row through the fog. So at this pace, we'll say that you do row down this river. You push through. There's the fog gets pushed to the side, and you get through without being turned around again.
Yay!
And on either side, there is no forest. It is just hills and plains on either side, but this river continues on south. Are you going to follow it, or are you going to get out?
Well, are we out of the? Well,
We're out of the.
we want to get
river.
out of the swamp area entirely.
Yes.
Sounds like we did.
So now we're in the clear.
Yes, you look behind you, and there is a mass of fog. But you have
to go back
pushed
there.
through it.
Do we see any signs of habitation around on the terrain around us?
No.
Building, road, trail.
No. On
even
either
off
side,
distance.
there are hills that are rolling through. So it's difficult to see around them. In front of you is a river that leads to a bunch of trees. Not quite a forest, but just like a little cluster. And on either side there are hills. Behind you there is a dense fog dome encircling that village as far as you know.
Well, I would say that where there's a river, there's going to be people. There's always people. So I
Right.
say we find people so we can find out where the heck we are and where we should go look for Irina.
All right.
Okay. So you continue on the river that you're going.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll end it there then, and I will have more for you next time.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
We're
I am
officially
good.
out of the swamp.
Yes.
We're out of the
Sorry,
swamp.
I need to change the art.
Well, it took a toll though. That was hard. That's what you get sleeping. In this
Yeah. So what Vecna had said was that, let me get to my notes. There are entities invading our mind in this swamp. There's something that is like invading our mind and causing these weird issues to occur. And it really seems like we're just getting weaker. Like we're losing the power that we were gaining. Slowly. We were losing it in that swamp.
Oh my god. Glad we got out.
Yeah. But I don't know if it's like we're cursed as well with that, or if that is something that will fade with time as we are out of the swamp and away from there. The swamp is kind of not a great place to be. He also had said the curse removal spell would not work for removing the Wolfman curse. There would be something else that is needed. Like we can't just use like a normal spell for it. Yeah. And then he recommended we head south after dealing with whatever we were dealing with, which was
Isn't that the way this river is going? South?
I don't know.
I think that's what I heard. Is the river was.
Is this river going south or north?
We'll have people roll a quick survival.
I used to be better at this.
Nope, that's mine. Fenn, yeah, this is south, as far as you know. Your ability with seeing this land before, you kind of get a good idea of the direction. So
we're heading south.
You are heading south, yes.
Eat. A river headed south.